Hey everybody, it's Dr. Levi, the Gamers Doctor, the eSports Doctor. Welcome. Today we're talking about OSU and a lot of other things. Anything you want to talk about, I'm ready to do that. So let me get my mic together here, and let's take your questions. Anything you want to talk about, let's do it. You know, I was at the Halo part of the Halo finals this past weekend in Burbank, and finally Team Optic, they came through and they won. I saw a really good battle though with Team Liquid. That's a really good team. And also in June I'll be at E3, so hopefully I get a chance to meet some of you folks there. That'll be great. You know, it's really a time you see a lot of cosplay there and everything else. It's there's just E3 BlizzCon is just pretty amazing. The other thing too, Overwatch. That's what I want to talk about. Overwatch. I mean, they just presented another hero, Orisa, and she's very interesting because she has like supercharged. She has like this ball that she can throw out to minimize damage to herself. She also has like halt and a few other things, but she's a really interesting hero. So I have to master Mei and Soldier and Hanzo and a few others before I move on to her. But Overwatch is a great game. That's all I can say. Really great game. So I want to hear from you guys. Do you have any questions? Oh, I got one from here from Nayanaro. Hello, Dr. Levi. Currently 5 a.m. here in Finland. I'm experiencing a high-ranked OSU player, and I'm glad to finally be one of these streamers. Oh, glad to have you, Nayanaro. This is great. So I want to tell, hey, OSU family, listen up. By the end of April, mid-May at the latest, I will finally give you the OSU video. It'll be a video specifically about exercises that you can do to minimize and mitigate any problems that you're having. If you're having wrist pain playing OSU, if you're having finger pain, if you're having pain when you're using a stylus, for example, all of these things will be discussed ad nauseum. So get ready for that. I'm really excited about that because, you know, over the past several months, I've mentioned a few times that, hey, I want to do a video for the OSU guys. And my schedule lately has been so intense that I haven't had the time. But it is a priority, so that we're going to do. Now, I want to remind everyone, if you have questions about other things that you'd like me to do, don't forget, I'm here to be of service to you. So when I say game on, I really mean that game on, meaning it's game on for me to do my best as an orthopedic surgeon and fitness professional and physician to give you the best care that I can give you virtually. And I believe the videos that we do, they're evergreen. If you use them, they will help you to really mitigate any problems that you may have so that you will not need surgery, will not need physical therapy. You want to do everything you can do where your life is self-contained as a gamer. If you do the exercises, then this will help you. Now, the other great thing I have to announce is that I'm working on another project that's going to really be a life changer, I believe, for gamers internationally. So I'm not going to tell you about that today, but within the next 6 to 8 weeks, I'll tell you about that. It's going to be really, when I say a showstopper, it is going to be a showstopper. When I say game on, it's really going to be game on. So I hope you guys are ready for that. So we have Finland in the house, so thanks for joining us, Nayanaro. And gosh, it's 5 a.m. there. I appreciate your commitment to be a part of our show and a part of the Dr. Levi community. And I want to, excuse me, guys, I'm kind of struggling with some allergies right now. So I apologize if I sound kind of scratchy or if I'm touching my nose. If my nose looks runny, I apologize for that. I don't want to give you guys a snot festival here, you know. So I want to do what I can to help you. So let's go over some of your questions if you have any. Hey, Zyron, Dr. Levi, Maddie's name, OSU video soon, Pogo Champ. Yep, absolutely. I'm going to do it for you guys, so get ready. Another one from, what is that? God Punchert. Another one from John Dahan. Hey, man, here from the UK. Stayed up to watch after seeing the end of your YouTube video. I'd like to say thanks. I've been getting pain for around a month, and your stretches have done much for me in 4 days. Wow. Really glad to hear that, John Dahan. And your stretches have done more for me in 4 days than anyone else over the 3 weeks. Great. Well, I want to tell you this. The bottom line is that the videos are really structured to give you long maintained health, to help your fingers, your wrists, your shoulders, and more importantly, I want to remind you guys, it's not only about the stretches now, it's also about posture. When you're playing, let's say a game like Osu, where you have the stylus in one hand and you're on the keyboard with the other hand, think about this. Everything is engaged. So if you're using your hands and your wrists, your shoulders, it's also important that you remind yourself every 5 to 20 minutes or so, adjust your posture. Make sure that you're not rolling your shoulders forward. Make sure that you're keeping your wrists and hands in a position of function, meaning not super flexed and not. So this is extension, flexion. You don't want to have them like you want to have your hands in really neutral position. All right. Now the other thing I want to say too is the stretches, guys. The stretches are really essential. Every hour when you're playing, just take a 3 to 5 minute break and do the stretches. Now, the goal with those are don't do the same stretches every day. Change them up. We have a new video on right now. I hope you guys have looked at it and give me some comments about it also. It's for gamers. It's part 2. Stretches for gamers part 2. And we put that up, I believe, about 2 weeks ago. And I think it has, I want to say maybe 30,000 views, maybe more. But that's a great video. Take a look at it. It'll really, I think, take you to the next level with respect to effective stretches. My goal is how to be a great gamer, but also how you can be effective with the stretches that you're doing. Why? Because if you're gaming for, let's say, 12 to 16 plus hours a day, you don't have a lot of time to do other things. So my goal is to let you know that if you do these stretches, they'll keep you healthy. Bottom line. All right. Another question from Cheerful Toe 22. Hey, Dr. Levi. Hey, Cheerful Toe. Another one from Corn King. Took me half a year, but finally I managed to catch the broadcast. Hey, Corn King. Well, I'm happy to have you with us. This is great. This is great. The next is from, I see, this is Cheerful Toe 22. Thanks for a spring break here. I can finally tune in. I'm glad you can. I got to tell you guys, I'm going to be sneezing about another 30 seconds here. So I'm going to mute you guys for a second. I'm going to close the camera, so I apologize. Just give me 1 second here. This is outrageous, but my allergies are going crazy right now. So hang on 1 second. Game on. Guys, I was sneezing like oh my gosh, ridiculous. Just ridiculous. But I didn't want to miss our broadcast, of course. That's I'm committed to you all. And because I believe you all are committed to me. So I didn't want you to see me sneezing like that. That was ridiculous. So let's continue now. So we got Park TF. Oh, it's the doc. Yes, this is he. We got one from Burnin Taco. Hi, Dr. Levi. I had some hand issues and rested for a couple weeks and started stretching, and things are much better. My wrists are basically perfect, but I'm wondering what kind of finger stretches and palm stretches I should do. Well, I'd like to also know, if you don't mind, which type games do you play? Do you play games that are more keyboard centric? Do you play one that's PlayStation centric with the joystick, or mainly with mouse and keyboard? Let me know that also. But I'll show you some basic stretches. So take a look. For finger stretches, this is really simple. Let me get in the field. Just taking each finger and bringing it back like this and holding it. So on it from the side. So you're just extending the finger. Then you're going to bring the finger down and hold it that position. Then push the finger back, but with some resistance. So you're pushing down, but you're not allowing the finger to come up, just like that. Then you flip this the opposite way, and you push down, but you hold resistance. All right, you can do all your fingers at one time. You push down, but you're bracing the fingers. Then you push back, and you brace them like that. Then you make a fist like this, in and out, for a set of 20. Okay? Then piano your fingers down, and then up, piano down, and out, reverse it, in and out for a set of 20. Those are really basic, but those will definitely help you. So again, resistance with extension and resistance with flexion of the fingers. Stretch each finger back if you can, each one, and you hold that for at least 10 to 15 seconds, all right? Then you make a full fist in and out like that. And then piano your fingers down, and then up, piano down, and then up. And I'll show you all in a later video some resisted piano type exercises for your fingers that I think will also productive, that'll help you a lot. All right, so I hope that helps. But let me know also which game you play. And I want to, again, thank you guys for really joining me on Instagram, on Twitter, on Facebook, YouTube. I'm just so glad to be of service. So I want to say thanks a lot. And I apologize you guys have to see me sneezing tonight and sounding kind of stopped up. I apologize, but you know, such is life, right? You got to keep on moving. We don't let anything stop us. All right, so next question is from is God, what is that? God Punchert? Punch one, I think. Punch. Oh, yeah, there it is. God Punch Share one, I believe. Does cracking your knuckles in your hands, toes, and neck give you arthritis? That's a great question. I've had that question many, many times. So let's talk about this again. This sound that I'm doing with my fingers, that simply means that you have synovial fluid. Synovial fluid means joint fluid that has gas in it. And that gas those are the sound, the bubbles that you hear when they burst, basically. Now, the bottom line is that does not lead to any type of arthritis. We've had many studies now that show it does not. Now, there are a lot of old wives' tales that say that it does cause arthritis, but it doesn't. Sorry, guys, my nose is just like, my allergies are going crazy right now. It's really windy here in California now. For the past few days, my allergies are just going crazy, so I apologize again. So no. So cracking your knuckles, cracking your neck does not cause arthritis. It's a great question. I get that question at literally every Twitch TV broadcast we've done almost, I'd say. And even when I do private sessions with gamers or with teams, they ask that question. You know, should we stop doing this, Dr. Levi? And I tell them that it does not. We don't know now. And again, I say currently, there's no literature that says that cracking your knuckles are bad for you. Okay, again, that's currently. Now, let's say if there's more research done in 5 years, I may say something different. But for now, we don't have anything bad about that. All right. Okay, next question is Fat Soggy Muffin. Oh, Fat Soggy Muffin. That's still one of the funniest handles. Hey, Dr. Levi, glad to be here with you again. Okay, glad to have you there, Fat Soggy Muffin. Now, remember, Fat Soggy Muffin, you were in Los Angeles. Let me know if I'm right about that, but I thought you were in LA. Excuse me, guys. I gotta do something here. I don't want you guys to see. It's just ridiculous. Oh, gosh. Sorry, guys. I was sneezing again like a banshee. Wow. Sorry. All right, guys. Let's go to the next question. So, Fat Soggy Muffin, I believe you're in Los Angeles. Let me know if your allergies are acting up like mine. Next is from JZ3003. I like that handle. Hey, Dr. Levi. I have really bad stiffness in wrist, hands, and fingers. In my wrist and hands, always feel really tired and heavy. So it's hard to use to write or type. I don't really get pain, but I sometimes do in my knuckles. What can I do? This can be what can I do? Thanks. Okay, so let's talk about this JC3003. If you're having that type of pain, I recommend the following. Number one, start to soak your hands in warm water, at least. 3 times a day for about 5 minutes. And when you have your hands in the warm water, you can do exercises for that. And if you go to my video, I have a video on YouTube specifically, their hand exercises in water. If you do those, that should help you tremendously. The other thing, of course, is make sure that you're taking a 5-minute break every hour. That's really critical. And if you think about it, it's only 5 minutes for every hour of gaming. So if you're gaming, let's say really low level, like only 5 hours per day, it's only 25 minutes to really rest your hands. That's really not a lot. So if you can do more, do more. But definitely try the warm water exercises. And when you look at that video, it has everything on it. I think that I just want to refer you to that video. I think it'll make things very clear for you. All right, next is from Park TF. Levi, I used to play Team Fortress 2 competitively for like 3 years until I quit last October when I fixed my posture and started keeping my hands stretched and loose. Had a much better time. Well, absolutely. So let's talk about that. Posture is really everything in gaming. You know, I've gotten a few personal emails from folks saying that I talk about posture too much, that it's not that important. Well, that's not true. It's very important because the posture that you have today can manifest major issues for you later. So you want to maintain your health. You want to maintain your posture. It's really, that's just the bottom line. Yeah, I can't stress that enough. I mean, if you're in the UK, if you're in Finland, if you're in Australia, New Zealand, wherever you are, you know, your body should be in proper alignment because you take you wherever you go. So I want you to take someone that's healthy and happy and that has proper posture. You know, for example, when I'm doing broadcasts, I literally, in my mind, every few minutes, I'm actually reminding myself to sit upright, to keep my spine properly aligned, to not let my shoulders roll forward, to not slouch down, you know. These are things that are very, very important, all right? The next one is Park TF. People around me getting carpal tunnel, but I was fine thanks to you, man. Wow. Well, thanks a lot. That makes me feel very happy. That's great, Park. Again, with that, continue to do, I want to remind you all, the basic exercise that we know that can help, excuse me, guys, to minimize carpal tunnel, hopefully, would be the gliding exercises. I've talked about them before, and those are just the exercises. I'll do it from the side again here. Here, where you just roll your wrist around like this, and roll it back, 20 each way, and then you can close your fist slightly, then roll your wrist around, a set of 20 that way, a set of 20 that way. Keep the elbow straight, the neck relaxed. You can do this sitting up or standing, all right? But carpal tunnel, again, I've talked about that before. I have like multiple videos on that. I just released another video, I'd say maybe less than a month or 6 weeks ago, that was on carpal tunnel. So everything is there in our catalog of videos on YouTube. So go there and knock yourself out and get healthy, because carpal tunnel is one of those things that can really devastate the career of a gamer. And as an orthopedic surgeon, I've operated on many, many people and on a few gamers. You know, we always try to not operate on gamers because, you know, it's like operating is always the last thing that you want to do. And it's because operating does one of three things. Think about it. When you operate on someone, you either make them better, there's no change, and sometimes you can make them worse. And I'm really grateful, thank God, that people I have operated on have either gotten better or they've gotten great. You know, have not had any issues. So I just want to make sure that you guys know that even if you talk to another doctor out there about gaming, most of them won't really know about gaming in general, which is unfortunate. But you have to be clear that you don't want any type of surgery. That has to be the basic premise when you talk to them, because if you do, it can change a lot of things for you. All right. So let's continue with some other questions here. Maddie's name, game on. That's it. Game on. I got one from John DeHaan. Can you show us how you would sit to play properly without any armrest, please? Chair to desk height and stuffs. I've been struggling to get ergonomically compliant. Okay, that's easy. So the bottom line is this. When you're gaming, If you don't have armrests, you want to make sure that your chair is high enough, that your elbows are at 90 degrees, that your shoulders upright, and that your chin is up. You want to make sure that your monitor is about 18 to 24 inches in front of you, no more than that. And you want to make sure that your feet are firmly planted on the ground. You don't have your legs crossed, don't have one leg on top of the other. You're not slouching back, that you're sitting upright. Now, I want to remind everyone, even if you have rest, arm rest on the chair, when you're gaming, you don't really have to use those. You can actually open those up to keep your elbows suspended in the air, which is better because if you keep your hands directly on those armrests, it can also give you, I've seen this many, many times, ulnar nerve neuropathy. Because you're resting your arms down, you can start having numbness in your small finger and your ring finger from compression of the ulnar nerve on the lateral aspect of your elbow. So, with that said, sorry guys, with that said, you really want to try to minimize just letting your arms rest on the chair. Even if they're very well cushioned, it's the compression that can inflame and bother the nerve, all right? So, again, I want to reiterate this. Even if you have arm rests that are well padded when you're gaming, it's still better to minimize any long-term resting of your forearms on those rests. Now, if you have questions about that, let me know. But I'd like you guys to do until our next broadcast in a month is try gaming for the next month. And I want to hear back from you all without resting your arms on those pads and see what happens. Just remember, adjust your chair. Bring your chair up higher or lower so that your elbows can be at 90 degrees. Keep your feet planted firmly on the ground. And the keyboard should not be more than 6 to 12 inches in front of you. All right? The same with the mouse, no more than 6 to 12 inches away from you. So, and the other thing I wanted to say is, go to the website, the YouTube station. I have one video that I did specifically for gamers, of course, that's on the ergonomic placement of the monitor, the keyboard, and the mouse. Let's talk about that too. For the mouse, you want to, if you can, have an ergonomic keyboard and an ergonomic mouse. Ergonomic chair if you can. And to have a mouse that's ambidextrous if possible. Now, when I'm talking about that, all these things are really expensive. So I understand that, but I also want to understand this, that you are valuable. So you want to make the investment in yourself. If it means no Starbucks for a month and getting a better keyboard or a better mouse, then you want to do that. But do what you can to save and, more importantly, invest in yourself. You know, as a gamer, we deserve the best. All right? Next question is, who is this? Okay, Wagga 3000. Hey, Dr. Levi, how important is it to get a comfortable chair? I have the $20 IKEA chair, and I sit properly, but I still get uncomfortable. Properly weak lumbar support. What are some good lower back stretches? Okay, great question. Let me tell you, one thing you can do that's really easy is when you're gaming, when you take your 5-minute stretch break, you can simply, in your chair, I'm going to show it to you. Hopefully you'll be able to see this. I'll do it from the side. Just simply here in your chair, just lean forward and try to bring your chest to your knees and hold that position. Hold that position for about maybe 30 seconds to a minute. Really, really simple to do. And then roll your shoulders back for a set of 20. Then roll your shoulders forward for a set of 20. Really, really simple exercises to do. Now, I want to say this. When you're doing those exercises, again, keep your feet firmly planted on the ground. You know, you don't want to do this where you're like swiveling around in the chair. That's not the ticket. When it comes to posture and stretching, everything's about stability. Ergonomics as well as stability. Bottom line. All right. Next question is from Leon Scorn, or OSU Overwatch and Destiny. Okay, great. Corn King. Hey, Doc, is it perfectly normal that my left wrist used for keyboard constantly cracks when I rotate it with my right wrist used for the mouse? Doesn't have any cracking noise. I play fighting games and fast-paced shooters like Quake 3 or Unreal Tournament. Okay, so let's talk about this. And again, I apologize, guys. My allergies is going crazy, so I'm sorry I'm using so many clinics talking to you. It feels so embarrassing, but forgive me. So let's talk about that. So having the cracking, as I said before, not a big thing. Just means that you have extra gas, nitrogen. You have extra gas in your joint fluid. Joint fluid, again, is synovial fluid. Now, with that said, I want to remind everyone, if you have cracking and no pain of a joint, in general, it's not an issue. However, if you have cracking of your joints along with pain or discomfort, that's not a good thing. So for that, I recommend, go and be seen by your doctor. And remember, everything I'm telling you tonight, again, it's not like I'm able to physically examine you and go through all your history. So I want to remind everyone, still go to see your doctors. Go and see your healthcare providers. Go and see your acupuncturists. Go and see your physical therapists, because these are the people that are right there who can also give you some help. If you're in Los Angeles, come to my office and I can help you. But if you're in Pakistan or in Finland or somewhere in the UK or in France or Australia or Canada, I'm not there, at least not now. So you make sure that you go to see your own doctors, all right? And have no embarrassment about telling them that you're a gamer. This is what you do. It's not a bad thing. It never has been. So many people put us in a dark corner, to have a sense of shame, but have no shame about gaming. This is what we do, and this is our lives, so feel good about it, all right? Okay, let's move on. I have another question from, this is from Zyrina. Oh, guys, I don't have a cold. Actually, someone asked, do I have a cold? I don't have a cold. My allergies are just going crazy. It's so windy here in Los Angeles that my allergies are just kicking up. All right, so this is from Zyron. Hey, Dr. Levi, whenever I tense my wrists and hold them down without using my other arm, then do a round-the-world motion, my wrist cracks. Could that be a sign of something wrong, or should I not worry too much about it? I don't experience any pain from doing that, though. What would appreciate some insight? Absolutely. Thanks, Zyron. So again, as I said, the cracking sound doing around the world, back around the world, it's okay. But if you have pain associated with that, if you have numbness, so let's go over it. If you have pain, numbness, tingling, lack of dexterity in your hand, decreased grip strength, then those are things that have to be addressed by a doctor near you. So let's go through them again. If you have pain, numbness, tingling, lack of dexterity, lack of grip strength, these are things that have to be adjusted. You have to be looked at for that. That's nothing to play with, because carpal tunnel, I've seen it in many athletes, but more importantly, you know what I see more commonly in athletes? Excuse me, guys. I see more commonly in athletes is tendonitis of the fingers and wrist, as well as the elbow and shoulder, but the hand and wrist, I see it all the time. So I want to say this, the bottom line here. If you're having pain, you definitely go and see someone. If you're having a little bit of cracking of your joints, as I've said before, not a big deal. All right, in general. All right, next question is from and Zyron. I hope that helped you also. Let me know if you have more questions. I'll try to get all of these in. The next is from Undercover Pie. Good afternoon, Dr. Levi. I hope you're having a good day. I am. Just allergies, so that's it, guys. You guys have any great ideas about allergy remedies? Let me know. Maybe you can help me too. So this is from Undercover Pie. Basically, I've been diagnosed with tenosynovitis and still suffering with a lot of pain. Could you show me some good hand exercises to help with the pain? Oh, absolutely. And thanks for your question. So let's talk about tenosynovitis of the hand. We didn't say if it's your hand or your finger. So let's talk about this. So if you have tenosynovitis of your finger, for example, that's called trigger finger. The other thing it's called is stenosine tenosynovitis. Again, stenosine tenosynovitis. But you just look that up. You can Google trigger finger. And what trigger finger is, it's inflammation of the A1 pulley around the flexor tendons. So the flexor tendons are actually being so compressed upon that you really can't get it. You can't get good excursion of your finger, so the finger will lock down. And you actually have to pop the finger open to get it to move properly. Now, I'll tell you this: that injury is more common in people who smoke, as well as in diabetics. Now, why people get it, no one knows. So if anyone tells you, well, you get it from gaming, well, we don't know if someone gets it from gaming. I will say this: I've taken care of a lot of gamers who have had it. That's for sure, and treated quite a few with it. So, if you're having tenosynovitis or locking trigger finger of your finger, the best thing to do, of course, would be to take an anti-inflammatory medication if you have that available, because it's a lot of inflammation around the tendon and around the A1 pulley. You want to get that down, of course. Secondly, I recommend physical therapy. Third, I would recommend acupuncture. I love acupuncture. Acupuncture is just a phenomenal modality that, when I bring it up to other doctors, they always just they sort of like want to laugh me off. But I don't care. I know it works, and it works effectively. So I'm a big advocate of acupuncture, of course. So now, exercise that you can do are the following. Take a look. Just bring your fingers together, hold, bring them down here, push inside. So if you're having finger pain, tendonitis, I recommend this. Again, hold. It's like a prayer position. Reverse them, hold, and bring your fingers here like that and hold. Now, the other thing you can do, of course, just the throwaway fingers, throwaway hands, just push away like that. All right? So, and then, of course, rest. Rest is critical. And now I want to review them one last time. So you have the prayer pose here. Hold. Make sure your elbows come up. It's not like this. The elbows have to be up high. And you hold. You're not just holding, but you're pressing your fingers and hands together like that. Then you reverse it. You hold, interlocking here. Then bring your fingers in and hold. All right? So those are some basic things you can do. Tendonitis is so extremely common with gamers. And it's common because you use your hands so much. People have to really understand, for gamers, our first weapon, of course, our brains, number one. And secondly, it's our body. So our bodies have to be healthy to do what our brain wants it to do. So if you develop something like tendonitis, it's so important that you do whatever you can to get that to, one, be minimized, and two, get healthy as soon as possible. So it's okay to take a longer break while you're gaming. I don't feel with tendonitis you have to stop gaming. I mean, there are very few things that I treat gamers with, let's say, stop gaming. That's rare. It does happen, though, but it's very, very rare. I think you're still able to game with most injuries, but you have to do it in a proper way. And then I've shared a lot of my techniques with that for you all. All right? So next one is, Undercover Pie. I hope those exercises help you. All right? And let me know how you're doing. I want to know. Next is from Overpowered 1337. Love your YouTube channel, but also you're such an amazing help to me and many others. Thank you so much. Oh, well, thanks, Overpowered 1337. Where are you? I want to know where you playing from, Overpowered 1337. Which country you're in, as well as which games you play. I'd like to know that. All right, the next is Park TF. Not even just for your back health, but having good posture just helps you play better. That's exactly right. I agree with that, Park TF. The next one is, again, from Cheerful Toe 22. What's up, Doc? Osu. Player here. My right hand, which I use to hold my stylus, has been tired and kind of weak recently. Sometimes I have a dull soreness in my knuckles as well. I do have a break almost every hour or so and do the piano fingers. Great job, etc. as a short exercise. I was wondering if there are any exercises I could do during my time spent off of Osu. Maybe while in the shower. Also, with putting Epsom salt in the water, I soak my hands and help. So let me say this. When I do that video on Osu, it's going to be very comprehensive. Everything will be in that for the Osu player. For the hand that uses the stylus and holds the tablet, if you do it that way. Not hold the tablet, but using the stylus on the tablet, as well as for the keyboard hand. I'm going to go over all of that. But I want to say this. The one thing you can do are those basic exercises that I have for gamers in part 2 that was just released less than a month ago or several weeks ago. That video will help you a lot because there are things that you can do that will be very not only appropriate, but I think will help you because Osu's a tough game. You know, it's. I mean, I tried playing it maybe like 3 weeks ago. I think that's when I got my stylus and tablet. It's tough, you know. And I love, you know, I love gaming, but I tell you, you guys are never gonna see me game. I think I'm a horrible gamer in general, and that's just the truth. As much as I love it, I'm definitely more of someone who likes to watch gaming. But I think in general, when I play, I've always thought I've just been a horrible player. Now, I have friends who say I'm not that bad, but I'm not. I'm horrible. That's what I think. All right. Okay, guys. Let's. So I think if you go to that video, that's going to help you a lot. Now, I'll show you one thing right quick that you can do that'll help you, especially since it's Osu. Are these exercises? So I'll do it from the side. Let's do this hand here. I think it'll be better. So this is one specific exercise for Osu. So take a look. Here, bring your 2 fingers up, 2 fingers down. 2 fingers up, 2 fingers down. Then bring them underneath. So take a look. 2 fingers down, your middle finger and ring finger. You start here, just bring them down. Now bring your index finger and small finger down. Now make a fist and hold. And out, flat hand. So again, 2 fingers down. Then your index finger and small finger, bring them together as close as you can. Then full fist hold, out, hold, out. Now, those are specific for Osu and for both hands, all right? I have about 14 other exercises that will show and demonstrate, but the more I study the game, it's a game that I think really needs a lot of hand health because Osu is very intense. It's a lot going on. So hopefully that one exercise is a precursor of much more to come, all right? So let me know if that helps you also. The next is from Burning Taco. Sorry, guys, I gotta wipe my nose again. I apologize. I don't want you to see this. Sorry, guys. Oof. Total allergy attack here in beautiful Los Angeles. I love this city, but allergy time is just driving me crazy with these Santa Ana winds that come through, and they just wreak havoc. All right, so let's continue. This is from Burning Taco. It's a 10-minute break every 1.5 hours, just as sufficient as 5 minutes every hour. I find it easier to do 10 minutes, 10 every 1.5. I'm okay with that. I still recommend taking the 5 minutes every hour though. I just think that's overall it's better. And often, one thing the gamers will tell me is that they're more consistent with that if you do it every hour versus every hour and a half. Because what happens is after an hour and a half, you are so into the game or kicking someone's butt that it's like, well, you wait and then it'll be 3 hours gone or maybe 3.5. So if you can, my preference and I think what's most helpful is to do every hour. Every hour, you take a 5-minute break quickly, done. Then keep on gaming. All right? The next one is JZ 3003. This is the cold hands with gaming video. Also, did you see that Thorin wanted to interview you? Thanks again for the help. No, I didn't know Thorin wanted to interview me, but tell him to reach out to me, and if he has any questions, I'll definitely do my best to help him. And where are you guys located, JZ 3003? And where's Thorin also? Next one is, this is from John Dehan. Since removing the armrest on my chair, I have noticed a little elbow pain and under my biceps. What exercise stretch do you recommend for this? Okay, real simple. So look, you can do this. Arm up, just massage your biceps like that. Now, with your elbow flex, massage your biceps. Extend your arm, do the same thing. Down. Now, Massage them while you're flexing and extending your elbow. All right. What's happening is most likely your arms are getting fatigued quicker without the armrest because it's a posture that you haven't done before. You may be so accustomed to using the arm rests that now without using them, your biceps are getting they're getting tired, they're getting fatigued. So I recommend trying that and then let me know what happens. Do that exercise. Even now, hopefully you can give me some thoughts before we leave the broadcast if this is helping you. All right, the next question is, this is Jockey Fish, Dr. Levi. Are you on my idol? Oh, that's funny. Jockey Fish, you're my idol. I'm no one's idol. I'm just a doctor who loves gaming and loves gamers, and I want to do my best by the grace of God to help this community. That's my passion. But thank you for that. That's a very nice comment. Thank you. The next is from Ghetto. What is it? Whitey White Kid? Or Ghetto White Kid, it says. Hey, Dr. Levi. I just wanted to say thanks for your videos and the information I've learned from them. I'm curious if you game, and if so, what games do you enjoy? Thanks. Well, yeah, I do like gaming, but I think I'm a terrible gamer. I think I've always been a terrible gamer. And I have a friend of mine right now. He's teaching me to get proficient in Overwatch, specifically with 2 or 3 characters that I really like. And now for a while I was playing League of Legends. I was horrible. When I say horrible. And I have a few friends who are like, Levi, no, you're playing really well. But I wasn't. And, so I literally go some time from operating to trying to game late at night, and I really should be sleeping. For me, gaming is it's so addictive. That's all I can say. That's just my own story. It's just addictive, but I love it. But I really, it's interesting though. I love now, when I was in college, I was more playing. Now in my career and in my life, I love watching more. It just, I literally can watch I don't do this now, but I could watch for like 16 to 24 plus hours a day. I could just sit and watch people gaming. But I can't do that now. But I have a feeling if I could, most likely I would. All right, the next question is from Champion. Let me see the name. Champion 64. Hey, Dr. Levi. Oh, and I want to say too, I want to go back here. I want to say thanks for that. I'll just say GWF, Ghetto White Kid. That was interesting handle. So next is from Champion 64. Hey, Dr. Levi. Sorry if you've heard the question a lot, but what do you think wait a second, I can't see that. The ETA on the OSU videos. Okay, I've been experiencing some wrist pain after extending sessions and was hoping for some high quality stretches. Thanks in advance. They're coming, like I said, by the end of April, mid-May at the latest. We have a really big production schedule. We have a lot of things coming forth right now, but it's going to happen. And I'll be away for a while doing some other media things. So I'm working on it. But trust me, when you get it, it'll be worth the wait. Trust me on that. It'll be worth the wait. But thanks for the question, Champion. This is from DeTrace. I feel a slight numbness under my thumb in the wrist area. It'll go see a doctor when I can, sealing the idea of what it could be. So if you have numbness under your thumb, well, it could be several things actually, depending on where the numbness is. Let's talk about thumb numbness. Let's do that. So this is your thumb here, of course. Now, why is the thumb so important? Let's talk about that briefly. The thumb is important because the thumb is about 42% of all functional motion of the hand. So think about it. Without the thumb, you really just have like a paw. You can't open things. You can't hold anything, at least not hold it well or with strength. So the thumb is, again, about 42% of all functional motion of your hand. So the thumb is very important. So if you have a numbness in your thumb, now it depends on the following. Is it on this side of the thumb? This is the radial border of the thumb. This is the ulnar border of the thumb. And the nerve that comes through here is the common digital nerve for the thumb. And it branches up like this and you get the radial digital nerve of the thumb and the ulnar digital nerve of the thumb. In the back of the thumb, there are also branches of something called the superficial branch of the radial nerve, which branches it comes from really right next to the excuse me to the brachioradialis. It just comes right over that, and it branches out. So if you have a numbness of the thumb, you could be holding the mouse, depending on which hand also. If it's your mouse hand, it could be that you're holding the mouse so tight that you're also resting and compressing the radial digital nerve of the thumb, which can cause some numbness and inflammation in that area. Now, however, it's also possible that numbness could be from carpal tunnel. Because carpal tunnel syndrome, again, as we've talked about many times before on the show, here on this broadcast, I should say, is compression of the median nerve in the carpal canal. And what that will give you, let's talk about some of the basics of carpal tunnel too briefly. I just want you guys to be educated. So if I'm reviewing this too much, you guys let me know. But carpal tunnel, again, is compression of the median nerve. It's a median nerve neuropathy, and it will cause numbness and tingling in your thumb, your index finger, your middle finger, and half of your ring finger. Now, what are some of the cardinal signs of carpal tunnel? Numbness and tingling in those digits I've just explained, as well as decreased grip strength, as well as lack of dexterity. And sometimes you can have one of the worst things with it is night pain. Pain that wakes you up at night and you have to shake your hands out or shake your wrists out. All right. So, depending on what's causing the numbness, if it's carpal tunnel, I recommend that you do the stretches, the gliding exercises, as well as if you can to get a splint, a volar wrist splint that's in neutral position that you can sleep with at night. And why is that important? Because so often many of us go into a fetal position when we sleep, and we sleep with our wrist bent. So if your wrist is flexed downward like this for several hours while you're sleeping, this will also cause increased pressure in the carpal canal, therefore increased pressure on the median nerve. So what do we do to stave off carpal tunnel? Well, we will do the following. Again, you wear the brace. You take more frequent breaks while you're gaming and rest. Make sure that you're not eating a lot of inflammatory type foods, that you're drinking less, not smoking. That's not smoking anything. And also, of course, that you do the gliding exercises. I think those are things that will help you a lot. All right. So let me know. Let me know how you're coming along. All right. The next, I hope that helps you, the trance. And also let me know which games you're playing. Also, one thing I want to ask you guys when you give me a question, if you let me know the game that you play, I'll have a picture in my mind and which hand that you're using for the keyboard or for the mouse or for a joystick or PlayStation. You know, that just helps me a lot to be more helpful to you, I think. Okay, the next one is from Delusionary Killer. Notice my left hand PIP joints. I like that, PIP joints. They're talking about these joints here, the proximal interphalangeal joints, the PIP joints. So, great question. Okay. I notice my left hand PIP joints are slightly different than on my right hand. They seem to be inflamed or something, and I haven't been able to play for long before my left hand starts tingling. Tingling, never good. I play a game series, Devil May Cry, that requires a lot of buttons to press. Okay, so let's talk about this now. So if your hand is inflamed, then one thing that you may want to consider is make sure you do the water exercises, where you take your hands and you place them in a warm bowl of water. Or if you don't want to do that, when you're in the tub, for example, if you're in the jacuzzi, those are great to just sit and let your hands be in the warm water. That will help you. And why do you want to do that? Think about it. Think about joint fluid as like candle wax. So anything think about it like candle wax is joint fluid. So if you heat it up, it decreases the viscosity and the thickness of the joint fluid. That's why warm water will help your fingers and joints to feel better. Now, think about the opposite. If you think about candle wax as your synovial fluid, your joint fluid, if it's very cold, like candle wax, if it's cold, it's going to be very dense. It's very thick, not very malleable. It will have thickened viscosity, not less viscosity. So I would recommend using the warm water exercises, do the gliding exercises. And if this continues, of course, definitely be seen by your physician and ask him or her what they think is best. They may want to do some electrodiagnostic testing, like an EMG or nerve conduction study, or they may simply say acupuncture or physical therapy. And if they don't say that, then I've shared with you what you can ask them. Ask them about it yourself, all right? So be sure to take your 5-minute stretch breaks also. Okay, next question is from Overpower1337. Oh, I'm living in Belgium. Since I was born, I watched your videos for over 2 years. Fantastic. You helped me so much. These Twitch streams are also amazing. Thanks again. So, Belgium, I bet you speak French. N'oubliez pas, je parle français aussi. Hein? Alors, quelquefois, si tu veux, l'on peut parler en français ou des choses comme ça. Alors, et bonne chance avec tout. Hein? J'adore la Belge. Hein? C'est fantastique comme pays et les gens qui sont là, la nourriture, le pays en général, c'est très beau. Hein? C'est incroyable. Okay, so if you want, we can also speak French too, so just a side note. All right, the next one is from, this is Undercover Pie again. Sorry guys, my allergies are going crazy now. The pain is mostly in my thumbs and wrists. The click crunch a lot. I do and try and give them a rest, but I play full time, so resting is limited. Appreciate the help, and yes, I'll keep you posted. Thanks for the answer. Okay, Undercover Pie, thanks a lot. The next question is Zyron, are you going to be collaborating with Happy Stick on the Osu video? I'm going to surprise you guys. I'm not going to tell you yet. If not, are you going to be collaborating with any other Osu players? Well, I will share this with you. We have had some communication with Osu, but that's all I'm going to tell you. Not with Osu, with Happy Stick, that's all I'm going to tell you. I will say this, in looking at Happy Stick's site, he's a very good player. That's for sure. Really phenomenal player. He has one thing that you guys have to look up. I thought was so funny. Where he's actually playing Osu with his feet. It is a riot. So please check out Happy Stick playing with his feet. It was playing Osu with his feet. It was one of the funniest things I've ever seen. Okay, sorry guys. I just got talking about gaming. We can go all day here. The next one is Fenrir's Ausfuhren, I think. But we all love Levi, man. Oh, thanks. The next question is from Hockey for Lifey. I have not told my family doctor, but I'm 90% sure I have carpal tunnel. I am experiencing numb feeling in my fingers, tingling. What I put pressure on my wrist. I was wondering what you think and what I should do to prevent more damage. Number one, let your parents know, okay? Number two, and more importantly, go and be seen by your doctor. And don't forget, your doctor, when you talk to them, it is privileged information. He or she cannot just go and, depending on what your age is also, cannot just go and tell your parents your business, basically. I don't do that with any of my patients. Whatever they tell me in strict confidence stays right with me. So I recommend you consider telling them, depending on what your relationship is with your parents. Number two, do what you can to prevent any further damage. Talking to a doctor, wearing a brace, taking more frequent breaks, doing the gliding exercises, and also making sure that your keyboard and that your mouse are all ergonomically balanced. That's really, really important. All right. Let me know how you're doing, Zyron, and if I can help in any way, if you're in LA, let me know. All right. The next question is from, excuse me, guys. Sorry, guys. The next is from Zyron. Dr. Levi, I'm playing in an Overwatch tournament tomorrow. I wanted to know if you have any exercises to make sure that I'm as good as a state as possible tomorrow. Anything you help keep my mind focused as well. If you can, would also help. So yeah, I want to say this. One thing that I tell players, for example, for a while I was the doctor for NRG, a team here in Los Angeles that was a League of Legends team, And one thing I share with them all the time when I gave them their dossier of different things to do is that exercising is important as well as quiet time. Meaning that, so before the game, you and your team should sit quietly for about 3 minutes just to breathe and relax. And then all of you have to visualize winning. You have to see yourself winning the match before you begin it. All right? And then the night before, make sure that you get a really great night of sleep. And then, of course, that you're eating properly. That right before, you're not going to be downing a lot of sugar and a lot of coffee and things like that. You want to make sure that you're eating properly. One thing I want to really express to all the gamers in the gaming community is diet is important. You are what you eat, all right? So, excuse me, guys. So you are what you eat. So be aware of that. You know, as I've said before, you are what you eat, drink, and smoke. So, you know, you have to really make sure that you prioritize your body and that you're giving it all the nutrition that it needs so that you can play well, that you can think well, that your mind can be clear. So good luck tomorrow with your tournament. Just be focused. Know that you've won before you get started. Have that picture in your mind. See yourself winning. You know, be relaxed when you go in there. Relaxed yet focused. That's the key with game. You have to be relaxed yet very focused. All right? And then let me know how you do. I'd like to know. All right? Next question is Park TF. I used to just wash my hands and then do stretches. Something to do, put my mind in the right place is important. Yeah, I agree it is important. But also maybe you could, the other thing you can do, depending on what your ritual is before you have a tournament, is put your hands in warm water so that your joints are really ready to move and go quickly. You know, that's why they do the thing with the hot packs, but they don't show you how to use those properly. I'm going to do a video about that. How to use hand warmers properly. I see people at tournaments all the time, and they're not doing the right thing. So I need to show, I'll do a video on that also, a proper technique to use a hand warmer. And I think what I'm going to just do is maybe just do a design of them myself and have that for the community, because the ones that are out right now, they just don't cut the mustard. They're just not the right thing. So I have another, they're telling me that my time is limited, guys. Sorry. This is from John DeHaan. Sorry, I think I explained poorly. The pain I was more concerned about RDF around the funny bone. Is this just fatigue, or do you recommend another exercise? Also, is there any way we can help you out other than subbing or following? Well, I just appreciate you guys following me and liking me on all my social media platforms and subscribing. You know, I'm grateful for that. And get your friends and teammates to subscribe, because I think that what we put out is quality. And as a physician, as a surgeon, my goal is one thing, to either put out a product that's either perfect or fantastic. But it has to be that, one or the other. So what I recommend, let me look at your question one more time here, is that if you say it's the funny bone, sorry guys, if you say it's the funny bone, that means it's your ulnar nerve on this side. So make sure that you're not compressing your elbow on your pads of the chair, or that you're not compressing your elbow on the desk. All right, that's really, really important to avoid that. Now, they're telling me, guys, that I have to go here shortly. I have so much I wanted to talk about, guys. Sorry, and I apologize again tonight for clearing my nose and for sneezing with you guys. But you know what? Game on. So I'll see you guys back in a month, and hopefully we'll talk about, you know, you guys gotta let me know if you want me to maybe do a broadcast maybe twice a month. If you guys think that'll be more helpful, I'm willing to do that. So I just want to hear from you. And the OSU community, you guys better get ready. All right. This is Dr. Levi, guys. I wish you all the best. I look forward to seeing you back here in a month. You know those words, 2 of them. I hope it doesn't cut off like last week. 2 words, game on. Bye, guys.